Good evening. I'm Grant Whitaker. The recent announcement that Michael Jordan will be inducted this year into the Basketball Hall of Fame came as a surprise to no one. What was surprising, and some would say outrageous, was the omission of one of basketball's most important and influential contributors, Leroy Smith. Smith is the founder and star of the wildly popular Get Your Basketball On DVD series. He is also credited with being the person responsible for making Michael Jordan the best basketball player of all time. A lot of people know that Michael Jordan was cut from the varsity team, but you say there's more to the story.
See, it came down to Mike and I for the final spot on the team, and Coach pulled me aside and was like, Leroy, if you don't play varsity, we're gonna have to forfeit the season. I was like, hey, well, you know, Coach, I'll help you out, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on that Jordan kid, because he was more or less like a baby bird. Needed me to feed him the worm.
And what happened next?
I gave him a taste for greatness. I showed him what it was like to be great, and he remembered what it felt like not to be great and to be fed worms by force by me. Boop. Boop.
And Jordan would continue to use Leroy's name and influence throughout his career. He would introduce himself to strangers as Leroy Smith. He would check into hotels as Leroy Smith. He even carved his initials into picnic tables as Leroy Smith. Recently, we met Smith at his house, where he gave us a glimpse behind the curtain of America's favorite instructional DVD series, Get Your Basketball On, with Leroy Smith. With the help of his longtime collaborator, Manny Mayek, Smith edits and produces the DVDs right here in his home.
And bring up the flame, though, Now go back to me, to my face. Now that's hot, that's hot. Yeah, that.
You see how wonderful that is?
Yeah, look at that.
It looks so great there.
Now right here, I want you to put in the big one. Shazam!
Shazam!
Awesome! Awesome!
Move the beat!
A lot of people say that without you, there would be no Michael Jordan.
Of course there'd be a Michael Jordan. But would he be the world's greatest basketball player? Absolutely not. He'd be like a clown without a rubber nose or all that silly makeup. It would be creepy, but it wouldn't make no sense. Just be some real big, tall dude just lumbering around aimlessly with people throwing spitballs at him.
Smith is also the mastermind behind the patented Get Your Inspirational Quote On collection of wristbands.
The player, by looking at Leroy's words, they act as if they are seeing Leroy himself, talk to them in person. They also use it to wipe the sweat.
We're talking a lot of wristbands. Does Manny enjoy sewing?
Well, of course, Manny loves sewing.
It takes me about 2.5 days to finish sewing one like this one.
Would you say there's some of your own sweat in those sweatbands?
I would definitely say yes. They sweat in one of them, not all of them. The ones used by the players are separate, but the ones for me, there is a lot of my sweat.
Creating these products has always come natural for Smith, who believes that he is by far the most significant figure in Jordan's life.
That's right. Not Aristotle, not Kublai Khan or Genghis Khan, his son. Me, Leroy Smith, always motivated.
And you're currently petitioning the Hall of Fame to induct you for?
My contributions to the game. I am the master motivator. The mastivator. Who else could claim that?
No one.
That's right.
Up next, Leroy gives us a glimpse inside the world of Get Your Basketball On Productions. Where does the genius come from? Leroy Smith's brave fight to be enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame has captured the nation's imagination. Smith says that he's in the process of recording a song that will raise awareness for his quest to reach the Hall of Fame.
Everybody's creativity don't come from the same place. Most people's creativity comes from the left side of their brain, whereas my creativity comes from the brain in my heart. See, that's two totally different places. We try to use another artist's, you know, sounds and music in our videos and what have you, but it just don't seem to fit.
Why is that?
They can't mess with me and Manny.
Let's take it from the top.
The song we're working on right now is a song called My Gift to the Game. It's the most personal song I've ever written. It's all about showing people what kind of toll is taken on a person who has changed the sport of basketball.
Crossover king, no look past. Step onto the court, I'ma kick your
Kind of like that song Old Canada that the Canadians be singing.
Like me, I'm ballin', and I feel like a winner. You do too when you see me on TV. Yeah, that's why you got my DVD. Yeah, this is my gift to the game.
Actually, Leroy will try anything to make his music perfect.
Punch it, punch it, punch it.
Sounded good, Leroy.
Yeah, turn the music down, turn the music down. I want to do it again.
But we are almost out of tape.
Look, Manny, you want to be responsible for motivating millions of people? Huh? I know what I need to hear. Now bring that beat back.
Sometimes you have disagreements and you need to fight. But it's not because you want to kill each other or make them shed blood. So when he gets mad that way, I know it is something temporary and is coming and is passing. And when the time has come, we just get back to our normal work. We have a big hug. I love you, Leroy.
Tell me about the sound design on all the DVDs.
Like, for instance, I have Manny just go out and get a whole bunch of anything, clangety-clang, because you never know where the inspiration is gonna come from. All right. Bring up that footage where I'm dribbling.
How do you know when an object has that motivational sound?
Well, it's just something that happens on the inside, you know. We'll do whatever we have to do to get the motivational properties that we need to motivate our constituents.
Oh, yes.
It's called the it factor.
Oh, that was good.
And Manny done brought everything in here from roadkill to household utensils and all, you know, in some kind of way, we've been able to extract music, even from dead raccoons.
Of course, the true music to Smith's ears would be an induction into the Hall of Fame. So what does it feel like to be motivated by the master? Up next, Leroy allows us to sit in on his one-of-a-kind workshops. Leroy Smith's fascinating journey to be recognized by the Basketball Hall of Fame has been emotionally gripping for the entire nation. Always the giver, Leroy allowed us to tag along at one of his recent motivational workshops.
Y'all think you're smart, don't you? Yeah, but y'all don't know nothing. That's right. Nothing. What's the meaning of a dream, huh? In the dictionary, it say, the meaning of a dream is something that lies asleep within all of us. Something that can only be awakened when inspired by an individual with supernatural power. Well, my philosophy is that I like to feel as if there's a little Leroy located in everyone, right next to your heart. Not in a way where he would be, you know, blocking your lungs or affecting your breathing or anything like that. But when I motivate somebody, I want to feel as if I'm actually motivating myself. Because if I can motivate little Leroy, then he in turn can motivate you. What's your name, young man?
Larry?
Larry. What you want to be, Larry?
Not here.
That's hilarious, Larry. You know what else is hilarious? You know what else is hilarious?
Do you ever encounter people who don't believe that you can motivate them?
Well, of course. I always run into individuals that, you know, feel as if I can't motivate them. I motivated Michael Jordan to become the greatest basketball player ever. Who are you to think I can't motivate you? Leroy Smith focus drills, guaranteed to keep you mentally impenetrable. Manny, lights, lights! Ah! See what happened there? Hey, you were scared, right? See? Now, if you're afraid to fail, you're also gonna be afraid to succeed. Lights! Manny, not yet!
Sorry, sir.
Smith says that motivation can be physical as well as completely awesome.
Motivate, pulverize, and realize.
What do you want kids to take away from one of your workshops?
That the word motivation starts with the letter M. And so does the word me. And that's why I always say motivation starts with me.
Do you literally mean me as in me, or do you mean me as in you?
Yes.
Motivator, philanthropist, spiritual counselor. Is Smith destined to add Hall of Famer to that list? Next, we get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at Leroy's exciting new movie. Hi, I'm Grant Whitaker. As the eyes of the nation watch Leroy Smith's story unfold, the Hall of Fame candidate continues motivating those around him any way he can. And part of that motivation is creating a one-of-a-kind movie that Smith says was heavily influenced by his own experiences as the person who motivated Michael Jordan. Take us inside this exciting new film that you're creating.
Well, this film was about a superhero by the name of Leroy Smith. His superpower was being able to motivate other people to reach their fullest potential. See, in the scene we're about to do, Leroy Smith helps out a young ball player by the name of michaeljordan.
This is the list for the varsity team.
I'll never get to play on the varsity team, Leroy.
Don't talk like that, Miguel. I'll continue to believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself.
Really?
Absolutely. And one day you may even become better than me.
Oh, my. You have inspired me, Leroy. By the time I finish, everyone will know the name michaeljordan.
That's the spirit.
Thanks, Leroy. I won't ever forget you.
Would you say that most of your inspiration comes from your actual high school experiences with Michael Jordan?
For the most part. See, there was certain instances where I had to, tweak the story a little bit to keep the action moving. Like, for instance, there's a scene where Leroy and Miguel are hanging out, and a car falls on Miguel's face. Then I got to motivate Miguel to lift the car off his face.
Help! I'm dying! There's a guy in my face!
Lift! Lift the car off your face, Miguel. Lift! Lift! Toward the heavens!
Help! I'm dying!
Shoot, Miguel.
Leroy! Brother,
Yeah!
you are my savior.
How is that different from what actually happened?
Well, in real life, Mike had a car. But I just thought it would be more interesting if that car fell on Miguel, on top of his face.
He is one of the most influential directors I've ever seen. When he first approached me, he said I could do it. I said, no way. He said, you can do it. And he came into my face, he said, you can do it.
Roll sound, please.
How long have you been working on this film?
Off and on for about maybe 7 years, you know.
One more time.
But that's because the DVDs was selling so good, you know. But then the writer's strike happened. I had to shut down for a little while, because, you know, I don't want to be no scab.
Some fruit salad?
Why, of course, Doc.
And so, like a synthetic cowhide phoenix rising into a brilliant tangerine sky, Leroy Smith soars from our hearts and maybe, just maybe, into the Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm Grant Whitaker. Good night.